I had the chance of experiencing a whole bunch of different types of project management leadership from people that I worked with. I really felt like that yours was one of the absolute best that I worked with because you were always prepared. You always had a perspective on the status of the project. And wherever it was off track or it was moving off track, you had action associated with that. And you were able to handle the vendor any additional support. Generally speaking, I thought that you had great coaching skills with respect to what was the right thing to focus on, what was achievable versus what was not achievable, and making sure that we were in position to be as successful as possible given the constraints and the opportunities that we had. I always wanted to listen to your advice about what to do next. Should you choose one over the other? Should you choose both? Should you choose some form of hybrid that layers on above multiple providers, and what are the cost structures around that, and what are all the other things you have to have in place associated with it? I learned a whole lot about how that works, and when I was able to spend time with you, and it gave me the confidence to move forward as well, and at the same time speed up what would have otherwise been a much slower process. I also want to say that I really appreciated when you came and presented to executive. It gave them also the sense that this project was highly in control, and it had a purpose, and it had a result we were shooting for. Yes, and we were, if you recall, like on time, on budget. Stood up our prototype, starting to experiment with it. It was all as expected or better than expected in every circumstance. And in fact, I would say that if it had been left to our own devices to manage the project, we would have probably experienced budget overages because we did not know what we were sometimes committing to in terms of activities.